Welcome to the Jiggerator Quest Lab. I'm excited. Are you excited?
So this is Path of Exile, and you are looking at the passive skill forest. And I'm creating this video because a lot of people here are saying that there's not enough class differentiation within this game. There's not enough class uniqueness in this game. If they had only just made the classes more different, they could have added an extra layer of depth to this game. And to that I say bollocks. That's not true. And I'm going to try to explain myself, I guess. What we're looking at here is a passive skill tree of just insanity. I mean, this is totally crazy. Look at this thing. Just goes on and on and on and on. Wait. And you're going to tell me that between this whole mess, you can't find a way to make two different classes unique? And you go left, you go right, you go up. There's 750 skills in this tree. You have a total of 100 skill points to spend. Just 110 skill points to spend. You're telling me you can't make a unique character? There is no way you can get everything. And if you want to tell me that, if you want to tell anybody, frankly, that eventually everybody's going to be cookie cutter in some way, yes, there will be. Eventually people will find playstyles that they like. Eventually people will find gear combinations that they like, and some form of cookie cutter class will be created. But look at this thing. I understand it. It's the argument isn't look at this thing. The argument is, out of all of this, you can make 750 skill, 100 skill points to use. You can make minimum 7 unique, distinct combinations. If you just, you proportion it out. But that's not the whole picture. All the different weapon types, all the different armor types, different skills, different active skills, and you have variation upon variation. Somebody wants to use a bow, somebody wants to use melee weapons, somebody wants to use wands, somebody else wants to use magic, minions, all the different things. See, the thing is, when you say, well, if the classes were more unique, well, what that really means is you're already applying a template. So somebody's already choosing skills for you. What this is doing is just breaking that all down and transparently giving you options to choose from. Again, I understand the argument. If you let people choose from anything they want, they will invariably choose most likely the same things. Whether if a barbarian was this way, then a witch was this way, you would say, well, now people can take a little bit of witch and put it into barbarian. And yes, but why? Is the real question. I mean, what does a barbarian really gain advantage from being a witch? Maybe a little bit of survivability or something. But it's then you take away what makes barbarian a barbarian, right? So I can take more power, regeneration, and two-handed weapons and armor, but then, sorry, things just keep popping up and trying to attack me while I'm recording this. So effectively the combinations are rather robust, and because this is all stripped down, you're getting a no-nonsense view. This is very hardcore. It really is hardcore. I don't mean that that only hardcore people want it. This is just one of those things where you're gonna get into it. It's not complicated or anything. It's just so. Having said that, let's take a look at a couple of, I would say, distinct combinations that I've put together that have very different play styles, and yet, they do share some of the same skills. So there you have it. So let's look at this guy. This is a staff Templar. I would call this a monk. And I finally got Flicker Strike, which just took me forever to find this skill. So this is why it's actually been taking me so long to put together a video, because I wanted a Flicker Strike. I saw it and I said, I love this thing. Flicker Strike is amazing, and yes, they're talking about being overpowered. And they've actually fixed some of that. They fixed some of that by, well, originally it was for every, you get an extra flicker for every frenzy charge that you had before. So now I have frenzy charges, but I still have to actively use the skill every single time. So I'm actually clicking for every single attack I make. Yeah. It's kind of frantic, but still a great deal of fun. It uses up mana, it uses up life. There's a lot of evasion. There's actually no armor on this character whatsoever. I have been playing with the skills recently, so tweaking a lot of my gear is suboptimal for the purpose of doing this. But there you have it. It's a melee character. It's very distinct in that, I mean, a lot of people are going to be using Flicker Strike with two-handed weapons. I guarantee you they will be using Flicker Strike with two-handed weapons. What's distinct about this character? I am not using any armor, for one. I'm using a lot more mana regeneration and skill cost reduction, as opposed to perhaps just brute force. And I have no shield, but I do get to block because of the staff. I really like this. I could just flicker my way across the zone. Look at that. Oh, there you have it. Melee, staff, Templar. I almost died doing this. Alright, so let's take a look at another one of my characters. Now this is a witch. Started off as a witch and decided to go for all the minions. All the ladies' army. And so far, having a ton of fun. Get as many of my little minions as I can and run around. I'm not sure if you've seen these, but this is considerably different from a simply physical melee perspective. Melee character. I have my little temporary suicide squad. So this is different from playing a melee character, huh? Yes, it is. Is it a lot of fun? Yes, it is. Is this a strictly minion-based character? Well, not entirely. Pardon the lag right there. Now, I'm not entirely devoid of offensive ability here. But I do enjoy just watching my little minion army walk around and wreak havoc upon the populace. Kind of a bit overwhelming, you think about it, what's going on here, but distinctly a lot of fun. Just looking for more things to kill right now. Oh, look at this. I like getting myself in trouble. Sometimes it just havoc, havoc, insanity, rain, fire. Can't even see what's going on. Whoop. Oops. And last, but certainly not least, I'm going to take a look at my duelist, and all the kids are playing it these days. And this duelist starts off over here, and I'm coming over here to get all my wonderful little wand skills. I'm trying to show you roughly the same area, so you get an idea of what's going on. Of course, you could say, why didn't I play a ranger and use a bow? But that's not fun. Who wants to have fun playing the same thing everybody else is playing? I have absolutely no armor on this character, so I'm doing my best to stay out of range. It's kind of a bit of like a gunslinger. And this would be more, I guess, a duelist in the new definition, like a pistol duelist. Oh yeah, my minion life. I have minions? I have minions? I didn't know that. This has actually so far been one of my favorite characters because it's just very easy to play. Ranged combat is rewarding and fun, even though it can be very frustrating sometimes when you walk into tight spaces. Of course, I'm talking to you and recording, so it's a little slow, but there you have it, folks. 3 completely distinct characters, and I actually have quite a few more, but I'm not going to show them all to you. Suffice it to say that they're all unique, even if they're using the same skills sometimes. Same skills, even the same spec. Sometimes just having a different weapon and a different set of armor and a different playstyle to what you're doing makes the character itself unique, because it doesn't function in the same way. Two-handed weapons don't function the same way as one-handed weapons do. Dual wield doesn't function the same way that staffs do. Cast spells don't function in the same way that melee does. So look at this thing. I can traverse this, and yes, there's going to be optimal paths, and there's going to be some things that work and some things that don't, but I can traverse this in any way I choose, and I haven't even touched this side of the skill tree yet in terms of my characters. I've mostly been working on here and all this melee and stuff. All right, I hope I made my I hope I made my point. I hope I'm making sense to you. So give it a shot. I think you'll find that unique skills, unique classes, unique character combinations are much easier to come by than you think.